Today I'm going to be watching this video. It's called Swedish was shocked by the pronunciation of Swedish brand names in Nordic countries. So of course Sweden has a lot of huge companies that are known worldwide. I'm sure the names of those companies are pronounced in a lot of different ways, but I'm interested to see if I can pronounce them correctly or the Swedish way, and yeah, see what other Nordic countries residents or people, how they pronounce them. Let's check out.
In Sweden we say Arket.
In America
Arket.
we would say Arket.
In Denmark we would say Arket.
What? Come again.
Okay, that's one company I've not heard of before. Arket. I would say Arket, but yeah, let's check it out.
I know Ikea. Does that count? It counts, right?
And H&M.
They have candy as well. Okay. Oh, and Swedish tobacco as well.
Swedish what?
Snus.
Snus.
Most countries pronounce it wrong, but it's like, especially when you speak English, because you kind of adapt to it so it becomes English-ish. So we say Ikea for when we speak English, but that's not how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I would say Ikea. In Scotland we pronounce it like Ikea.
That's true. I know that. So
Yeah.
That's not right.
I was right.
This one, so Arket. Again, I've not heard of this company before. Tell me more about them. I guess we might learn about them here. Maybe it's more like Arket.
In Sweden we say Arket.
In America we would say Arket.
In Denmark we would say Arket.
What? Come again.
You heard me right? Arket.
In Finland.
That's what everybody says in Scandinavia. They always like take the piss out of the Danish for the language, and already the first one, they're already laughing at the Danish.
In Finland we would say Arket.
In Norwegian, we would say Arket.
The most surprising one, I guess, would be the Danish one, because very different from how we say it. I'm not surprised over the English pronunciation, since we're so used to Englifying like all the Swedish words, but of brand names and stuff.
When you learn Danish, you get to learn that if it ends like with an E or T, it's not like it or like, it's like more like a soft way of ending the word. That's just how we say a lot of words.
In Norwegian, I think it depends a little bit on your dialect. So some places in Norway you would pronounce the T, so you would say Arket. And in other places in Norway you would just drop the T, like my accent, and then it would just be Arke.
Maybe it's kind of similar.
I feel like for Sweden the K sound is pretty strong.
I think Finnish might be the most similar to how the Swedish pronunciation is, but they just have their own, like, the Finnish accent on it.
That's true.
Because it's a brand name.
That's
But if we would be speaking about the brand, and for example, like we want to buy something from them, then we would probably call it Arketti.
Arket.
I mean, that's different.
But as a brand, the pronunciation would be Arket.
We try to keep the names to be how they were meant to be. We don't try to like make our Norwegian version of a Swedish brand. We just try to like keep it Ikea.
Accept it
As it is, right? Yeah.
Yeah, what I like about that as well is the similarity in the R. I feel like the Scandinavian or Northern European countries kind of roll the R a little bit more, which is very similar to a lot of Scottish, the way we say a lot of words in Scotland. So this one I'll say Volvo.
In Sweden we say Volvo.
In America we would say Volvo.
In Danish we say Volvo.
In Finland we say Volvo.
In Norwegian, we say Volvo.
I feel like
Volvo.
Norwegian was the one who pronounced it the most similar. Like, all of them are pretty similar. Like, you're obviously a little differently pronounced. For Americans, they like pronounce the O differently, because we say Volvo and you say Volvo.
You say like oh.
So you have like an A sound in your O's,
Yeah.
and ours is just very clean O.
I also heard that pronounced in America as Volvo.
I think it
Wow.
also depends on your accent in America, because there's also so many accents.
This one we say Acne Studios.
I guess we would
Because acne is like that when you get spots on your face as well, like acne. Tell me more about Acne Studio actually, or Acne Studios, what's that?
pronounce it Acne Studio.
In
Acne.
America we say Acne Studio.
In Denmark we would say, like if you would say it in a Danish way, you would say Acne Studio. But I have never heard anyone say it like that. People would just say Acne Studio, like as it sounds in English.
In Finland we would say Acne Studio.
In Norwegian, we would say Acne Studio.
I also noticed that the A sound is different. We say it like acne, but you guys kind of say like
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Acne Studio.
acne studio.
Acne Studio.
Acne Studio.
Acne Studio.
I feel like our vowels are the most different. Like A and E, the way we say it.
But also this, I think, in Norwegian is A-K-N-E.
This one, yeah, I'll say Ikea. But I think maybe it's more like maybe Ikea.
In Sweden, we say Ikea.
Yeah,
In America, we say IKEA.
In Denmark, we say Ikea.
In Finland, we say Ikea.
In Norwegian, we say Ikea.
They
Oh, Ikea. But yeah, all the Northern European countries, the Nordic countries, definitely pronounce the I the same way. But like Britain, America, say like I.
all pronounce different parts of the word differently. So
true.
I think Denmark still has the E, but they changed the end, like an A sound.
Ikea.
While can Norwegian say it again?
Ikea.
So we pronounce the I very strongly. Ikea. Sometimes, like in Swedish, the E sound can sound also a little I, like E. It depends on like the vowels and consonants and what follows. So that's like grammatical rules and stuff.
Just the first part.
Yeah.
IKEA.
Yeah, America says the E-A part more similar to the Swedish,
Yeah.
but you pronounce the I.
Yeah. Exactly.
E.
It's funny, like that a four-letter word can be pronounced like so differently. All the parts of it can be pronounced very differently. This one, I'll say H&M.
In Sweden, we say H&M.
Oh, that is like so different. We say H&M.
We say H&M.
H&M. H&M.
In America, we say H&M.
In Denmark, we say H&M.
H&M. H&M.
In Finland, we say H&M.
H&M. Oh, cool.
In Norwegian, we would either say H&M or Hennes og Maurits.
Or they pronounce. I've never heard anybody actually pronounce the full name before. Hennes and Moritz.
Because
Cool.
the H&M stands for Hennes og Mauritz.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Does anybody call it that in Sweden?
that's why. But we don't really say Hennes og Mauritz.
I'm the older generation. We have these on the signs. Yeah.
Yeah, we just say the letters in Finnish. So
Yeah.
H is like H and M is Emma.
H&M.
So that's why it's H&M.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of the same though? We just say the letter in our own language.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do
so
that
it's
too.
all just the letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
H-O-M. It's just.
But you have the O though. You have like and.
O means
Yeah.
like and.
We drop off the and altogether.
Some people they do say H&M, like just H&M,
Yeah.
instead of like H-O-M.
I think in Swedish, when we say the word H, which is H, it ends with an O, which can be used for an and sound. So
That's
we
cool.
don't have to put in an and between.
I never knew that.
So we
That's
say
cool.
H&M.
I think
Poem.
that would also be easier though because your letters have so many vowel sounds
Yeah.
that like she said, if you have to say it like O-M, it can be kind
A
of
little bit annoying.
Yeah.
This one I say Spotify.
In Sweden, we say Spotify.
Spotify.
No, we're in shock right now.
Yeah, I
We're
didn't know.
dying.
Really?
I thought it was American or something.
Me too.
A lot of good things coming from the Nordics.
Because it's just a conspiracy theory.
People never knew Spotify is Swedish, man. Even the CEOs, like very prominent in the media and things like that. That's pretty interesting. They never knew that was
I'm
Swedish.
like, wow, okay. In America, we say Spotify.
In Danish, we say Spotify.
In Finland, we say Spotify.
In Norwegian, we say Spotify.
I'm kind of sad Finland wasn't like Spotify.
What it would be actually pronounced in Finnish? If we pronounce it in Finnish way, it would be Spotify. But no one says that. We all say Spotify.
Spotify is a lot of people think that it is American or like some sort of English country brand. So a lot of people are surprised when it's Swedish, but it's a very English speaking.
I feel like me and Denmark sound the most similar this time.
Yeah.
Like our accent of the word Spotify. Probably because she also thought it was from America.
Yeah. I think all people like from Denmark, they just think it's American, maybe. I don't know.
What if you said it, the brand, as if you thought it was from Sweden? Like a Swedish brand.
You said something about the Y, you would say Spotify, like if it's real Danish, you would say that, but I think all people know how to pronounce it the right way, so you say Spotify. I have never heard anyone say it in another way, actually.
Yeah. I think that Norwegian and Swedish pronounce the consonant a little bit differently. So you'd have Danish and American being more Spotify. Swedish and Norwegian being more Spotify.
Because we once again pronounce the I very strongly, Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I learned. I didn't know Spotify was Swedish. I didn't even know H&M was Swedish.
Finland also, we have a lot of Swedish speakers. So kind of knew how the Swedish ones are pronounced and also the English, but it was really interesting to hear about Denmark and Norway. And especially I'm always surprised that Denmark is so Englishy.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really affected by the language, like I really feel that.
Yeah.
But I think that's a lot of these like big companies like Spotify, Ikea, that is from Sweden. Is the name kind of becomes international, and then
that
people in
makes
Sweden and
sense.
Norway start pronouncing it in the international way as well.
Yes.
Because that's how everybody pronounces it, like H&M.
I just thought it was like interesting to see, like, or hear, like how differently people pronounce it, even if it's so close to how we pronounce it. I wasn't overly surprised by the American because I've heard the names already in American, but it was interesting.
So today we tried to pronounce Swedish brand names.
If you like this video,
That was really cool, interesting. It's like, so cool to hear like the different Nordic languages and how similar they are for some things, how different they are for some things. Just even though these countries are so close to each other, how they really emphasize different parts of the word or different letters more than others. Yeah, tell me what you think about that. Thanks.